to welcome one of the huge superstars, okay? Those of you in North India, those of us in North India may not know enough, but we know a lot. Definitely the leading lady of the South cinemas. She's also made her Bollywood debut in Yariya, De De Pyar De followed, and coming up later this year in Milap Zaveri's film opposite Ritesh Deshmukh, Siddharth Malhotra and Tara Sutaria. Please join me in putting your hands together for Rakul Preet Singh. And my last one is what I define as the perfect debutante. She debuted in cinema just about last year and received the IIFA Debutante Award for Best Female. She also attended her first IIFA this year and had the unique honor of, in that first year, also leading on stage. Please put your hands together for the princess in Bollywood, Sara Ali Khan.
So, well, you do know about these two ladies and their achievements, and as I said, the best debutante and the reigning superstar of the South. So your, trophies, as I said, your shelves are weighed down by trophies. How does it feel?
Want to go ahead?
No, you go ahead.
Well, it feels always great to be appreciated. I think nobody would mind some sort of credit that you get for the performances that you put across, and it always feels great when people appreciate it, and all your hard work gets recognized, and it just gives you a push to do better. I think it just gives you that focus, and it gives you the drive to keep doing better and keep experimenting and not disappointing the people who have shown you that love.
No, I totally agree. I think that for me at least, I'm so new. I look at awards as more of a celebration of everything that we attempt to do. And when everybody comes together, once a year and, they perform and they laugh and they joke and then, they are awarded with that recognition, like Rakul said, I think it's just motivating and it's celebratory and it, motivates people to just keep doing their best.
So you both are the perfect example of bridging the two industries, the South and, as they say, Bollywood up north. And IIFA also is about bridging continents and bridging hearts together, because it was one of the first awards that traveled, to the UK, and since then has been traveling 12 countries, 19 years. And for us reporters, as many of my colleagues here will say, it wasn't fun covering because we were working non-stop. So what is it like for you actors who we are chasing and covering? What is it like at the IIFAs?
I mean, for me, this is my first IIFA, so I
but
really
weren't you traveling? Did you attend an IIFA before with
No,
your...
I never attended. I went to New York with my father because I love New York, but I wasn't allowed to attend the IIFA. So this was actually my first ever attending of IIFA, and I was, nominated and I was performing, and it was, my first green carpet. So for me, it was all very new and very exciting. I had a blast.
What about you? Because you are one of the faces of IIFAs in the South as well.
Yeah, so this was my first association with IIFA in Mumbai. I've been associated with IIFA in the South for the last 2 years, and I've grown up watching IIFA, and you've always seen it as one of those big award functions which is done abroad, lavishly, setting standards for every other award function across, and it's always great. It's surreal to actually be associated, because I remember when I was a kid watching IIFA and saying that I want to be there one day, and it's great, and this association specifically of the homecoming was also very special because it was 20 years, it was in Mumbai, and it was my first association with IIFA in Mumbai. So it's great, it's always on the run. I have to be honest that I hated when they come to record rehearsals behind the scenes, because you're sweating and you're probably rehearsing beforehand and you really don't want to be shot at that point, but it's special at the end of the day.
And Sara, what were you? It was your first live performance where you danced to a medley of your parents' hits. Tell us about that. Any performance anxiety?
A lot, but I've learned to deal with anxiety because I'm always anxious and I'm always nervous, like almost constantly, But I think that as long as you channelize it positively, it's always just good. I was very, very nervous. I actually don't even remember the first minute before, going onto stage. I was just like, I hope I don't mess up. I hope I don't mess up. And when I was on that prop right before, starting my performance, I saw Rekha ji in the first row, and I was like, oh my God, if I mess up now, it won't be fun. But it was all, it was exciting and it was special because, like you said, I was performing on my parents' songs because I was very clear that if it was going to be my first performance, I wanted to be special. Now, unfortunately, I don't have many of my own songs as yet. Here, I shall aspire to do that. But so my parents' songs was the next best that I could do, so I did that.
And they say uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. अभी तो debutant award शुरू हुए हैं. But how does that feel? Because you have been welcomed with open arms by the industry and the fraternity.
I think that, I'll be honest, the only thing that one can really ever do here is do their work with honesty and conviction, which is what I do. And I just have to say, and I've said this so many times and I'm going to say it again, that I think whether it's the industry or it's the media or it's the audiences, I think I have been given a lot more love and respect and appreciation than I truly deserve, And I'm just thankful and grateful for that, and I shall continue to hopefully make people happy and entertain them because that's what I love to do.
Awesome. And also, Rakul, Preet, in the South, what happens is they don't like promotions very much. What is it like?
It's very different. I think largely both the industries don't have too much of a difference, and of course it's not about they don't like promotions, it's about the necessity of promotions. In the southern cinema, you're targeting one region, if it's Telugu, it's Telangana, Andhra, if it's Tamil, it's just Tamil Nadu, and the percentage of people speaking that language is way lesser than a Hindi speaking audience, and you're targeting the entire country then, so you have to cover your Bangalores and then your Northeast or your Calcutta. So I think that's the reason there's a huge, because the reach is larger, the promotion is much more in Hindi. But I think right now, like you rightly said some time back, that the gap is completely bridging. I think it's not about southern or northern cinema. Cinema has become universal, and people are watching as long as the film is good and it's giving them great content and great there are spectacle films that are working. So I think it's great for the industry on the whole because so much exchange of talents and exchange of content is great.
Also, Sara and Rakul, you're two young girls and you're on stage, as they say, you're going to carry forth the legacy for another 20 years. So IIFA 40th, on the cusp of its 50th. So do you think exciting times for young girls in the industry?
I mean, I definitely think so. I think that, the gentleman who was introducing us also spoke about, the importance of women and the way that, they've been given a special role. There are three of us here standing on stage, and there's so many people here just listening to what we have to say and giving us the respect of, recording us and taking photographs while we talk, which is great, and I think that there are very, very exciting times ahead, both in the fraternity and outside. I think that, women are being empowered, women are celebrating that empowerment, and they have the potential of being leaders in their own way. I don't just mean politically or socially, but just generally for themselves, in the fields that they are in, and they're making their mark. And I hope that we can continue encouraging women in all realms, and all of us can move together.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd just like to add that women have always been multitaskers. It's really, really nice to see that people are recognizing that now, and talking about it has really, really helped. And like she said, it's a great space right now in the film industry as well, with the kind of content-driven films on women also being made, and that just gives us more to do with our characters, and inspire many more to write films like that for women as well. So I think we both hope that, yes, great times ahead in future.
Absolutely. And also, with IIFA, it's since it's been 20 years, and I remember the first IIFA when you had Angelina Jolie and Shah Rukh Khan, and they've really set the bar over the years. And now it's, you young torch bearers, but personally, your favorite live performer who's on stage that you get the CT.
Ranveer. I had to say, I saw that clip, and it's all the way, Ranveer all the way. He just completely kills it.
Yours is Ranveer.
He's a fireball of energy. Yeah, I've shot with him, and I'm still surprised when I see even his promo right now. I'm like, how did he do that? I was in the first row when he was performing. It's still shocking to watch this promo. You know, it's crazy. He's amazing.
And also, I know the IIFA green carpet gets everybody very nervous because everybody wants to literally, as they say, put their best foot forward. So who's actually, for the two of you, cracks the green carpet code totally, other than your two selves?
I think everyone puts their best foot forward. Yeah, I mean,
But somebody's style
it's
statement
not-
you really like, and would want to, like, you know.
I think Sonam always really tries to experiment and puts her best foot forward, and you know, she is the fashion diva. I also like Anushka Sharma's style a lot. I think it's very classy and it's very elegant and it's chic. But I think it'll be unfair to pick two or three names because everyone truly puts their best foot forward, and not only just for red carpets or green carpets, it's just everywhere now, even for airports.
I thought you would say Ranveer Singh.
Oh yes,
Ranveer any day.
Ranveer is actually, I think, naturally just like that. He'll step out of house in like colors.
I still remember when I was promoting Simba, I felt so betrayed by him because I think Rohit sir had told him, you know, it's a serious kind of film and don't wear so much color. And also, I was going around everywhere dressed like this candy store, and he was like in these blacks and monotones, and I was like, why are you doing this right now? This is not the time to act like this. Don't leave me. But no, I love his wardrobe. I think that, you know, that color and fun is so him. But it's not so much about, you know, I think it suits him because that is him. And I think that fashion or style or whatever you want to call it should just be original, honest, and comfortable. You know, I think anybody that tries too hard is just not doing justice to themselves. Just have fun. Life's short.
Also, I mean, now coming forward, I'm sure you girls also would be hosting the IIFA. So one co-host you would want IIFA to arrange, organize for you. As they say, you have an invisible genie. So she has an invisible genie, yeah.
I'm having a blast working with Varun, and I think that it'll be fun to see us, you know, do this film together and probably even, you know, host together. So that would be nice. I would.
So is Sabbas listening in? He is listening.
Next year, huh?
Next
Done.
year.
Sorted.
What about
and performances?
And I would say I'd probably want Ranveer because I would want to see how much can I bring up my energy to, you know, what level can I match to his energy. I mean, he's just amazing. So it'll just push me, and it'll be a test for me as well.
So Sabbas is jotting that down. Okay, we've seen IIFA over 20 years, but was there any performance, any IIFA moment that has stayed with you? Any?
I remember this one IIFA. I don't remember the year. I don't remember anything. I was small.
How old were you? First IIFA, no, I mean, should not ask.
Should not. But we're young girls. We're really young girls. But I remember this IIFA where Priyanka Chopra performed in an orange sari on a medley of songs, and I think it was in US, if I'm not mistaken. That's the only thing I remember. I think that was a fantastic performance, and I remember watching that and just thinking, one day even I want to attend IIFA, you know. And I still didn't know if I wanted to be an actor. I wasn't sure, but I was just so smitten and just so in awe of the entire reward function that I was like, I want to be there one day. And I think that memories just stayed, and it's just nice to be a part of IIFA then.
What about you?
I think that it was actually 2013, watching Sridevi ma'am perform.
Oh.
You know, and I wasn't there live, but I've seen that performance, and I think that she was just superb. I don't think that there's ever been a star dancer or actor like her, and I really, at the risk of sounding ominous, don't think that it'll ever happen either. You know, she was just like a legend to another level. I'm like the biggest Sridevi fan, and I really very clearly remember that performance. I think that's the one it would be.
So on stage, anyone's songs that you both would want to perform too?
I think I should
You
avoid.
confirm the performance first, and then we'll make the list of performance. I think that sounds better, doesn't it? We'll talk.
So anyways, we are also 2020 is literally 75 days away. So your wishes for the new year and...
Well, I think that, you know, last year has been a important year for me. You know, both my films released the end of last year, and this year has been also an amazing year, and hopefully next year should be the same. You know, both my films are releasing early next year, so I'm excited about that, and I just hope that it's a year filled with, you know, fun and positivity, and I hope that I can keep making people happy and entertaining them, because it's truly my favorite part of my life. So yes.
Well, this year was very special for me too, because De De Pyar De, people saw me in a way that they hadn't seen me, and it just opened more avenues. And there are a few films that I have signed and which I can't wait to announce, which will be soon. But those I start now. So they're all lined up for the first 6 months of next year. So I'm looking forward to a lovely, happy working next year and experimenting with those roles and a lot more love from the audiences. And that's about it. And making each day a beautiful memory.
And finally, as a journalist, I'm going to ask on their behalf also. We get very anxious and we're like, red carpet, spot milega kya nahi, ye footage milegi kya nahi. What are you all going through when you're walking down that green carpet or red carpet?
Are, I love this question. You want to take it first?
Honestly, I don't, with all due respect, I don't take it very seriously. Because I think that, whether it's even audiences or media or journalists, I think what people are looking forward to and looking for nowadays is honesty and realness.
Yeah.
So I don't walk down the red carpet or green carpet thinking what's my best angle. Because that's not what you're looking for. My DOP will handle that on set when I'm shooting. Here you're looking to see what does this girl really have to say.
Yeah.
What is her opinion, what is her thought. And the less rehearsed it is and the more organic and fun it is, I think the more fun everyone has, We are meeting people in today's day and age in the social media culture and all. We have such easy access to one another. I don't think it's about presenting the best and most correct version of yourself anymore. I think it's about being yourself and being appreciated for that. I think it's just less pressure that way and much more fun that way.
Yeah, I completely second that. I completely agree. I think it's more than the actors really stressing about. It's the whole image of the fact that we would be stressing, ideally. I think what people really want is, like what Sara just said, is being real. And that's why you love a Ranveer Singh, or that's why you love people who are just honest and just blunt and real, because they can connect with you. I think it's just about having fun. And for me, red carpet or green carpet is just about celebrating the films that deserve to be celebrated, celebrating that evening of performances, of the hard work that people have put together, and as an industry come together to appreciate each other. I think, isn't that beautiful? A year full of hard work and everyone comes together just to celebrate each other.
And that's what they used to say about IIFA. It was like the big fat Bollywood weekend where everyone got together and had a party. Not the ones who were running after them, but the best IIFA tradition. A tradition that you really like about the IIFAs, personally, both of you.
Well, this year IIFA came home, so it was an exception to the rule. But I think the whole idea of leaving the country and taking the entire fraternity and celebrating the achievements that everybody has done together in different pockets of the world, getting people to come from everywhere and just celebrating that, I think that was something very beautiful. But, even this year has been special because they came home. You have to go everywhere and come back home eventually. So every now and then, that's always welcome.
True.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say that's what made IIFA stand out. And more than everyone also traveling, I think the Indians in those different parts of the world also, getting to see their favorite stars and being a part of their culture, I think is beautiful. And and I think that's why IIFA's IIFA.
Yeah, exactly. And thank you so much. And even I 20 years of covering the IIFAs, I've enjoyed it the most. It used to be tough but enjoyable. Thank you so much. And
Also, I don't know about you all. You all chose other hosts to accompany each of you. I'd probably choose both of you.
That'll be fun.
The power that comes through when two women are on stage, holding fort and making it really happen is unbelievable.
Actually, I think you should do it, considering you talk about women empowerment and so much. Maybe have two women.
We have the next 20 years to do that, but we'll do it sooner than that. I'm going to request both of you to just present a few plaques to our partners who've been here supporting the IIFAs. May I request to join us on stage our lead partners of the Nexa IIFA Awards. From Nexa, Mr. Himanshu Daya, General Manager Marketing, Maruti Suzuki India Limited.
We all know IIFA as this great icon, as this great celebration of Indian cinema, of Indian film artists, male, female, and the big celebration of Bollywood. What little people know about is the commitment that IIFA has towards the green planet, and that it rolled out its green carpet many years ago in 2007, and we need to appreciate and applaud IIFA for that. This year we have partnered with IIFA because IIFA since 2018 has been the partner for the United Nations for the Beat the Plastic program. At the Body Shop, as a brand which has always been, since its inception, an activist brand and focused on the environment and climate action and climatic change, and in collaboration with IIFA, we also have a big plastics program this year, globally, where we are recycling plastics from the waste pickers in Bangalore and taking it to the Body Shop globally and making our bottles out of this. So to support IIFA's program about single-use plastics, my message here would be that please recycle plastics. That is the key message. There's enough plastic in the environment, so please understand, respect, and recycle it. Thank you very much, IIFA.
I'm going to request for a clapper board to be brought up here to signify the showcasing of this theatrical. Thank you, Sara Ali Khan. Thank you for being absolutely awesome. I know it's a tough day and a busy day for you, especially because you're flying out from here. Thank you, Rakul. Really, it means a lot that you could take time off to be here. Whilst they take these seats and will disappear shortly,